So let's rank all the films I watched for the first time for the month of February 2026. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome again to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. I'm the Big D, and I'm here with my February 2026 first time watches ranking. Now, as much as I hate to say this is kind of going to be the shortest first time watches ranking I have given to you to this day. I only watched a mere 10 films due to the fact that I was really trying to put a little momentum in my watching Moesha and Sister Sister, which I'm lucky to have finished those before the month was over with. But anyway, yes, you're getting only 10 films in this ranking. So you're going to be in for some real surprises and what have you. So I hope you're prepared for this. If so, good. And I'm going to try and go rapid fire and what have you. So if you're ready, let's start the ranking. Sit back, relax, and here we go. Number 10 is The Mail Lady 3. Well, I didn't quite feel too thrilled with the last one. I didn't realize there was another one until I encountered it on Tubi. Well, it looks like vengeful ex-mail carrier Sloane Ring is back again. Well, she's hiding off the grid with Derek's newborn son. And, well, Sloane orchestrates one last deadly scheme to claim her twisted family, forcing Derek into a life or death showdown to save them. Well, it's okay, but it's still not that great. I did like the first one, it was perfectly fine, but the second one and this one were just kind of a miss, though. I doubt I'll ever review those. Yeah, but it's alright, what have you. But still it had a little thrills and what have you. Now coming in at number 9 is The Bachelorette Party. Now this is a new film from Tubi. And well, this is fine, what have you. It's a thriller about a bachelorette getaway that turns deadly when persistent tensions ignite chilling threats. Well, I am going to say this was really something, but it may not have been great though. But I had to watch a little something because since it was Black History Month, and well, this is well, So I gave it a shot, and it was fine. It was okay. I mean, the cast is fine, why have you, but it's mystery and kind of a whodunit bit. Yeah, was kind of a little baffling at times, but overall was okay though. The Bachelorette Party was, and coming in at number 8 is the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, from last year in 2025. Now, this was okay. It's nowhere, it's not quite as good as the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, or even um, Sponge Out of Water or Sponge on the Run. I appreciate what they had to offer with this and what have you, but this kind of felt like a semi retelling of the story of the first film, but just differently. And that the Flying Dutchman was involved in this and what have you, and he was. Now I appreciate Mark Hamill being the voice of Flying Dutchman. He did a pretty good job. At least we do have most of the same voice acting cast like we got from the actual series itself, including Tom Kenny as SpongeBob and Clancy Brown as Mr. Krabs and Roger Bump as Squidward and of course Bill Fagerbakke as Patrick. Well, I am going to say the film's okay, but not that great though. I'll tell you more when I do a spoiler free review of this sometime down the road. Maybe next month. We'll see what happens. Now, coming in at number 7 is Eternity, also from last year. Now, I will say I did think this movie was pretty good. I mean, I like the same for this afterlife, and we get to see two old people go become their young selves, and well, then the woman has to decide whether to be with her, the young version of her first husband, or the man she was just married to, but well, before he even died, after being choked, well, being killed by swallowing a pretzel. I gotta say, this is really good. I mean, I like the performances we got from Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, Callum Turner. Yeah, they were all good, and I gotta say, it's a pretty good movie. Kind of strange though, but pretty good though. Definitely a pretty decent rom com. Next at number six, here's another one title movie, and that is Mercy. Now, despite this film got a lot of hate and it didn't do so hot at the box office, but I'm an understanding. Well, this film turned out to be good in some ways, but didn't quite turn out like I expected. Just seeing um, Chris Pratt's character in a wheelchair trying to fix up, well, solve the clues to what happened after he's accused of murdering his wife, or else he would be sentenced to death by an AI judge. I am going to say this wasn't too bad. At least when you seeing stuff through like, uh, well, video type thing, like what some of y'all probably had the misfortune of seeing last year's War of the Worlds remake, which be thankful I didn't watch that. But however, I think you'd be better off watching this over that abomination. Rebecca Ferguson does the AI judge. She's pretty good. And I'm gonna say Mercy, it's not too bad. It should be coming to Prime Video soon. It's gonna be a while though. Mercy's a well, not too bad of a film. Just kind of got a misunderstanding. Check out my spoiler-free review of this if you haven't seen it yet. And coming in at number five is Song Sung Blue from last year in 2025. Now, this is a true story film. Now, I recently included this in a recent mini reviews vid I did with Eternity. This, of course, is based on the true story of two down on their luck musicians who form a joyous Neil Diamond tribute band called Thunder and Lightning. And they prove it's never too late to find love and follow your dreams. Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson did an exceptionally good job in this film as Mike Sardina, and Claire Sardina. This was so incredible, and they do an amazing job on their performances of the songs. I think this film is absolutely really good. You gotta check it out. Check out the mini reviews vid for this and Eternity that I did recently if you haven't seen it yet. This is a film worth looking into, especially if you like some of Neil Diamond's material. Next at number four is Crime 101. This is about an elusive thief whose high stakes heists unfold along the iconic 101 freeway in LA, who eyes the score of a lifetime with hopes of this being his final job. His path collides with a disillusioned insurance broker who is facing her own crossroads. Determined to crack the case, a relentless detective closes in on the operation, raising the stakes even higher. Well, I've got to say, this was pretty good. I like Chris Hemsworth did a great job on his performance. Mark Ruffalo's good in this. Halle Berry's good in this. I really enjoyed all the performances we got from everybody. Even Nick Nolte's in this. So anyway, this has a pretty decent cast, and I can see the film's still doing decent at the box office. Not really sure how well it'll get, but at least it's got a little more staying power than what more recently we've of the films we got from Amazon MGM in the theaters. But anyway, Crime 101 is definitely a good. If you're into films like I've said already, like the Den of Thieves films, then I'd say this film's worth looking into. Check out my spoiler-free reviews if you haven't seen it yet. Next at number three is Goat. This is Sony Pictures Animation's newest attempt and their comeback to the box office after a 3 year absence, even after having a couple films on Netflix. I've got to say, this film's pretty fun and what have you. I mean, this is like a mix of Zootopia and Space Jam together. About a small goat with big dreams who gets a once in a lifetime shot to join the pros and play Roarball, high intensity co-ed full contact sport dominated by the fastest, fiercest animals in the world. I've got to say this film is absolutely really good. We got a great voice acting cast. It included Caleb McLaughlin, Gabrielle Union, Stephen Curry, Aaron Pierre, Nicola Coughlan, David Harbour, Nick Kroll. Oh, the list goes on. I absolutely think this film is definitely a fun flick. If you haven't seen this yet, you need to take your kids to see this. This film's already doing pretty well, so it looks like Sony Pictures Animation will have another big hit on their hands. And I think they have. But anyway, Goat was fun. I really did love it. It was very very good. Check out my spoiler free review of this if you haven't seen it yet. And now we get to the final two. This was a tough decision to make because we got two good films in YV. One's real life story. One's kind of well based on what we call what is known as a Wattpad book. You know, if like the website Wattpad. So here it is. Coming at number two is Kissing is the easy part. Yeah, I think you're shocked by seeing this. This is the highest a Tubi movie has ever been on one of my first time watch rankings. Yes, I absolutely really love this. Based on the Wattpad novel of the same name. Of course, you know, Wattpad, who of course made The Kissing Booth for Netflix. Well, they did their books by people write them on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I hope. Of course, the after stories and let's see. They also recently worked with Tubi on um the sideline films and more recently um How to Lose a Popularity Contest. But this one really just took the cake. I absolutely love this film. It's about an honor student who agrees to tutor a rebellious gal for a college recommendation letter. And their growing attraction complicates more than just their academic goals. I love the performances, especially from Asher Angel and Paris Burrell, who absolutely does a fabulous performance. I gotta say, I love this. If you have not seen this movie, you need to see this movie. I know I've not reviewed any Tubi movies before, but it could happen someday. We don't know. We'll just have to find out. But I absolutely love this. I've seen this twice. But I do love it. Kissing is the easy part. It's just so incredible. And finally, my number one first time watch of February 2026 is I Can Only Imagine 2. Now, this really was a good film. I enjoyed it just as much as the first one, and it's as good as that one. But again, if you haven't seen my spoiler-free review of this just yet, I have given you all a warning because you will need your Kleenex and hankies for this one. Excuse me, everyone, but yes, this is a continuation long after the events of the first film. Um, J. Michael Finley once again does a great job as Bart Millard, the frontman of Mercy Me. Um, the rest of the cast is pretty good too, and I especially like young Sammy Dale who played Bart's son Sam. And what can I say? The emotional depth between the two proves to be a really big winner for this. But like I said, it does have some great, may have some great scenes and great music, but it does have a bit of scenes that will provide great sadness and what have you, and shock and what have you. So check out my spoiler-free review of this if you haven't seen it yet, okay? Before you go into watching this. So there you have it. It's I Can Only Imagine 2 is my top pick. So what did you think of this ranking? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel, and you know the rest. Join me next time when I bring to you my review of Zootopia. So if you like this, you may want to check out my reviews for some of these films that are actually in the ranking. In the upper left hand corner, check out my recent review of I Can Only Imagine 2, or go to the upper right hand corner and see my spoiler free review of Goat. Or you can go to the bottom left hand corner and see my spoiler free review of Crime 101. Again, they're all spoiler free. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.